We read the book of Matthew 14 verse 15. It is about the story the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. When Jesus had it, he departed from there by a boat to a deserted place by himself. So he took the boat by himself. But when the multitude had it, they followed him on the foot from the cities. It is about the cities, not about the city. And when Jesus went out, he saw a great multitude, and he was moved with compassion for them, and healed their sick. When he healed their sick. When it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, "This is a deserted place, and the hour is already late. Send this multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves loaves of food." But Jesus said to them, the disciples now, they do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. Praise be the name of God. And they said to him, "We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fish. And he said, "Bring them here to me." Then he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, and looking up in heaven, he blessed and broke them and gave the loaves to the disciples. And the disciples gave to the multitude. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. So what the message do we get out of this? Jesus told them, bring them. And he prayed, he faced, akaangalia binguni, akaambia Mungu, akazungumza na Mungu. Then he increased. Then he gave them to the, he broke them into pieces and gave to who? To the disciples. They gave until 12 baskets of crumbs were left. Everybody was filled. Now look here. What was the problem? The first problem the disciples were telling Jesus about, it was the problem of location. That is the main problem that we have in life. The problem of location. It disconnects you from God. Where you live, how you live, and what you do in that place. So the location determines what you become. And Jesus here and his disciples, they had a location problem because it was far from where they can buy breads. It was far from where they can find a solution. Sometimes the challenges we are facing, we are facing these challenges because of the location that you are in. So the location makes a big challenge. So when you are identifying a place or you are identifying what you're supposed to do in life, you must identify the location. That is why you see business people, when you want to put a business somewhere, you must be able to identify the place. You must be able to identify where you put your business, where you place your business, so that that business can grow. Because you cannot put a business where there is no that kind of business, or there are no market for the business. So you will definitely do it in consideration to what you are doing and the closeness of what you are doing. Number 2, that has really rendered us powerless and useless and hopeless, it is time. Time. People don't wait. Will not wait for the word. Will not wait for the next service. Will not wait for the next move because the time is limited. We want to go. We are getting late. We don't have time. That hati sitakuja kesho kwa sababu kesho sipatikanangi, hiyo masaa sipatikanangi. Kesho sitakuwa mahali kwa sababu masaa hiyo mimi nakuaga, ndio saa hiyo nafuguaga duka. Hatutaenda kuomba. I will not join you as you are going to pray because that time I won't be available. Why? Because that is the time I open my shop. Meaning that we have limited ourselves in timings of our own activities because we have enclosed ourselves and locked ourselves into specific time that we cannot be able to find time for God because we are sometimes busy. That kesho saa 3 siwezi kupatikana, and then we are going for prayers, but kesho saa 3 siwezi kupatikana. Why? Because your time nakuanga busy. Hiyo time ndio nafuguanga duka yangu. Hiyo time ndio nafuguaga kioski yangu. Hiyo time ndio nafanyanga hivi. So you need to understand the time of God. These people waliambia Yesu kunaenda kukua usiku, na hawa watu wanazidi wanakaa hapa. Then akawaambia walete hapa, walete kwangu. Wacheni kufadhaika, walete kwangu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Ni nini nakusumbua na hawa watu? Walinifuata mimi, si wewe walikufuata. Mimi ndio walifuata. Na unaanza kusema time imeenda aje? So that is why people are driving old cars when they are supposed to be driving new cars. That car it came, ilikuwaga yako, ilitoka biguni ikiwa yako. Lakini kwa sababu ya ujuaji, you are busy, huwezi kuvuka kaduka kako uende ukatafute Mungu. You are busy, hauwezi tafuta namna unaweza fika kwa mlima ukoombe Mungu. And that is the day the angel ameteremshwa, ameshika kifunguo tu, anagojea time, anakaaga mahali tu, because angels are perfect with the timing. Na akikuja ameambiwa go stay, enda ukae for only 10 minutes. Upatiane na urudi, kwa sababu ako na watu 500, ako na watu 5,000 anataka kupelekea vitu zao that very day. Na kila mtu ako na 10 minutes. Sasa wewe utazuia huyo mwingine. And that is the main challenge of timing. When you misunderstand to know what is the right time of God. When God comes to bless you, you must be able to understand that God has come to bless you. That this is the moment. That is when we say, this is the timing of God. And they say, God's timing is the best. The time problem has been a main challenge to the church of God. Main time problem has been the main challenge in our society. That we have missed God because of time. Because we are busy running up and down. We are busy, unataka kukibia Kekoba ukanunue vitu kabla wajafunga. Na saa hiyo ndio mchungaji wako ako na fellowship ya morning glory. Na neema inashuka morning glory, but you cannot find a time. Hauwezi pata wakati because uko busy. Another challenge, number 3, it is the number. When these people were 5,000. Praise be the name of God. These people were 5,000 men, and there you are not counting women and children. So the challenge they had was specifically that we don't have food. Ngoja waombe. They don't have food, and they don't know where to get food to help these people. So the number was so huge for the 12 disciples of God, of Jesus Christ. So that was the biggest challenge of what are we going to do with these people. And that is the main problem where people have failed in the doings of God. Jesus never limited himself. And when Jesus asked, bring it to me. It is not your problem. It is not your challenge. Bring it to me, I will solve it. That is what we say, give it all to Jesus. The problem, the challenge you are having, Pastor, give it to Jesus. Place it to the hand of Jesus. He's going to do it for you. He's going to deliver you. He's going to make it happen. He's going to conquer every challenge in front of you. He's going to win every battle that you are going through. You don't need to panic because they have said they are going to come. You don't need to panic because they have said they are going to do ABCD. You don't need to panic because they have said they have abandoned you. No, when they have abandoned you, they were the luggage that was stopping Jesus from coming. The day you see they have moved out of you, they have taken their heel, remember, that is the baggage that has been shed out of you so that Jesus can take over you. So that Jesus can run his mission. So that Jesus can control and do what is supposed to be done. So what you are going through, should not shake you, should not even disturb you. That you don't have money today, that should not worry you. That you don't have food today, that must not be a worry to you. That you don't have ABC today, that should not worry you. What should worry you is only one thing. Am I with Jesus or am I alone? Am I with my God or am I alone? Have I given myself all to Jesus? That is all what you need. Another challenge that we face, it is the hunger problem. Because when these people, they were hungry, the disciples told Jesus, hawa watu wako na njaa, na hatuwezi kukaa na wao wakiwa na njaa. So give it all. Surrender to Jesus. That is the message. That if we surrender to Jesus, then every single challenge that we have, iwe ni ya njaa, iwe ni ya whatever kind you are facing through, whatever kind of a problem you have now, must and must not be able to torment you. Should not torment you. You should not worry. Kama ni watu wamekuinukia, wachana na hawa watu wakuinukie. Waambie mimi niko na Yesu. Surrender to Jesus. Watakapo kuinukia, wanakuta ni Yesu wanainukia. Surrender to Jesus. Watakapokuja kukupiga, wanapata ni Yesu wanapiga. Surrender to Jesus. Wakati unafanya kitu, wao wanakuja, wanakuta ni Yesu amesimama mbele yako. And they will not be able to torment you. Anything that you want on earth, it will be given to you, because he said, ask and it shall be given. It will be given to you because you have given it all. You have given it all. When you give it all to God, then you allow God to run your body, to run your life, to make sure he controls you, he makes you, he sustains you, and he runs every move that is in you. But if you carry another baggage, kama bado umebakisha kale kamshumari, then God will never be with you. That is the challenges you have. Surrender your business to Jesus Christ. Surrender your husband to Jesus Christ. Surrender the affairs we have to Jesus Christ. Surrender the church like this one to Jesus Christ. It does not belong to you. You are just but their caretaker. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So surrender to Jesus. Give yourself all. Give yourself. Don't argue. Don't argue, so that we can have the issue solved. Then we will be able to conquer every challenge that is surrounding us. And that is what Jesus did when the 5,000 came. They were an issue of resources. They didn't have the resources, but Jesus himself was a resource. When you are with Jesus, he becomes a resource. They didn't have money, but Jesus himself was money. They didn't have food, but Jesus himself was food. So he never trembled. He knew that these people will come because they were sent by his Father in heaven. And when they were sent by his Father in heaven, God sends God sends you with a permission, or sends you somewhere with the provisions of what you are going to do. God cannot give you a job that you cannot be able to do. God cannot give you a space that you cannot be able to occupy. God cannot give you business that you cannot be able to run. God cannot give you a marriage that you cannot be able to succeed. God cannot give you anything that you cannot be able to succeed through. Anything that God gives you, he gives you because he knows you are capable. He will never give you that which is beyond you. He will always give you, and that only can happen if you surrender to him, if you follow him, if you walk according to his will, if you listen to his word, if you take care of him, if you stand according to them, and if you remove every impurities from your heart and give yourself whole to Jesus Christ, then he takes control.